Some people can do more than hurt your feelings. They can abort your destiny. Hi, I'm Terry Clark from faithandfit.org, and welcome to my vlog on Relationship God's Way. God intended for relationships to help us to complete the assignment that He gave us. At least in this series, we're talking about the 5 types of toxic relationships you need to avoid. So today we're going to be talking about the Time Guzzler. Time Guzzler is another type of relationship that wastes our time, because time is the primary asset of life. Time is that tool or the framework from which we are able to accomplish the assignments that God gave us. So we need time. Okay, and there are some people that don't respect our time, and in fact, they're just downright abusive when it comes down to our time. I want to talk about 3 types of people you want to watch out for. Okay, one of the people that you want to watch out for in terms of wasting your time, and this one is quite obvious, is the one that gives you a bad time. Okay, so they're just toxic. Every time they come around, they're complaining about stuff. They've got you focused in on negative or bad things. They're just bringing problem after problem. Okay, and so we can only do one thing at a time because we're not God, we're human beings. And so when people got us focused in on bad things, we're busy complaining, fighting, doing a bunch of negative things, being destructive, then it's going to be hard for us to complete our assignment and stay on task. And so there is a group of people, they're gossiping, they're just dumping a bunch of negative things inside of our minds, saying negative things to us, just giving us a bad time, complaining. They may even be complaining about us, saying, hey, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. And so these types of people can be very destructive, and we need to try to avoid them. They're very toxic. Another type of person that we want to watch out for is the distractor. Okay, so the distractors are people that come along, and we might be focused when we meet them, but they find a way to get us distracted. They find a way to make sure that we're not focused. So in life, we have to make sure that we're aligning ourselves with people that are going to help us complete our assignment. And these type of people are going to distract us and send us in the wrong direction, send us in a place that God does not want us to be. The last type of person we need to stay away from is the abuser. This person is not going to take care of their time, and they're going to always be wanting to borrow our time. Okay. Jesus told a story one time of 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. The 5 foolish virgins didn't take care of their time, and they didn't have enough of time. They didn't have enough quality time put in. So they tried to borrow from someone else's work, which that can't be done. And there are people that are going to ask you to come along and ask you to do their work for them. They may say, hey, listen, okay, can you come over and help me fix this? And there's nothing wrong with helping people. Okay, I don't want you to think that, it's all about you, or I'm trying to promote that you should just be selfish and be focused on yourself. But you only have so much time you can hand to other people. Okay, you've got things that you've got to do. Okay, yeah, you can help someone with their homework, if we go back to that metaphor of kids. Okay, but you can't do their homework, okay, in lieu of doing your own homework. So you have to focus in on your stuff, and then whatever time you have left, you can help with other people. Some people require so much attention, they require so much time till it's just not feasible. Okay, they need so much saving. Okay, and we just don't have it to give like that. We can't leave our life on autopilot and go deal with someone else's life. Okay, so we want to watch out for these types of people. They don't manage their own time well. Okay, they're not going to help you manage your time. In fact, they're going to end up hurting you. And so remember, the purpose of relationships is God is wanting us to connect with people so that we can get our assignment done. Okay, so our relationship is about connecting, interacting, communicating with people. in a way to where we're able to get done what we're supposed to. A relationship is supposed to add to your life. It's supposed to increase the value of it. It's supposed to make you more productive and allow you to get more things done. Okay, a relationship should not be hurting you. We have our own issues. Okay, and so we simply cannot afford to let other people's issues bring us down. Okay, and so be mindful of your relationships. You always want to check your relationships, evaluate them. Okay, know what you're getting into. Okay, understand how it's going to impact you. Now, some relationships you're going to take a hit, and there's nothing you can do about it. And they are going to impact you. They're going to affect you, and it's going to hurt. Okay, but that's the journey God's given us. We have to do that. But what we can't do is those relationships that we can choose, like our friends and our significant others. We can't line up with people, especially if you already got people in your family that you're having to go that extra mile for. You can't keep lining up with a bunch of people like that. Some of these people got to be positive. Okay, we got to start taking inventory of this stuff. And if we don't want to take inventory, be okay with taking a hit, because you're going to take a hit. You want to avoid, the time guzzler, because time guzzlers are going to just waste your time and run the clock out on you and make it impossible or make it difficult for you to do what God has assigned for you to do. Okay, a productive life, in order to be happy, productive, and have fun, okay, we got to have self-esteem, and self-esteem is built based upon doing things and getting things done. We feel better about ourselves when we're able to accomplish the things that we set aside to do, those things that God has called us to do. So we feel better about ourselves when we do that. And when we have people that are supporting us and encouraging us and helping us stay on task, that's going to be in our best interest. So Time Guzzler is a very expensive relationship. Okay, you can normally afford one or two types of relationships like that. Okay, if those relationships are already built in, they're already into your family. Okay, it could be a kid, it could be a brother, it could be a mother or father. You do not have the luxury to go out and sign up for additional relationships that are going to come with time guzzlers. I'm always about trying to talk about relationship God's way and relationships that are going to help you complete the assignment that God has given you and to have a healthy and productive life. So that is the goal here. And so I'm simply just trying to point out the facts. Okay, so it is what it is. Anytime in your life where you're having problems and you don't seem to have enough time to get things done, you probably got yourself a time bandit. You got yourself a time guzzler. And you need to figure out who that time bandit, who that time guzzler is, and how they're gobbling up your time. How do you manage, or how do you deal with time guzzlers who are time bandits who are taking and stealing your time? The ones that you have to deal with, the father, the son, the brother. Okay, so with those people, you do it through planning. The Bible says, what man goeth out to build a building without first sitting down and counting the cost? So you have to plan with them. Okay, tell them to come an hour early, because you know they're going to be an hour late. Okay, sit down and be clear with them about what you're going to do and what you can't do. So you let them know, say, hey, listen, I'm coming over at 5 and I'm leaving at 6. Now, one of the things that you could do is you can tell them I'm coming over 5 and leaving at 6, and then you can plan to leave at 6:30. Okay, because one of the things with a time guzzler or time bandit is they're going to find ways to leak your time. And you don't want to be frustrated. You don't want to be arguing with them about your time. I might allocate 2 hours and promise them an hour. Okay, so I always want to, maybe under promise and over deliver. That will make them more happy and more excited. Okay, while allowing me to respect my time. But somebody's got to have a plan. Okay, don't count on the time guzzler helping you to adhere to the plan, because they're not going to do it. Okay, you're going to have to manage that situation. Relationships about finding people that can help us and putting people on our team that can help us grow and achieve or accomplish the assignments that God has given us. Okay, that looks a little different for everybody. Okay, because these people should be purposeful, and we shouldn't be like, oh, I like that person because they got blonde hair, or I like that person because he got brown eyes, or I like that person because he tells jokes. Okay, we need to be more purposeful about these relationships. You can like people without relating to them or being friends with them. You don't have to connect with everybody that you like. Okay, and the people that you put in your life, if you surround yourself with a bunch of people that's not gonna help you, don't be crying when they don't help you. Okay, because that's what you signed up for. You signed up for people that are not gonna help. Okay, so be mindful of that. So we want to think about the people that we're adding, and we want to have the right mix of people. Okay, and so we can only afford to have 1 or 2 time guzzlers or time bandits. Don't go out and have more than that. It'll be a problem. You will struggle. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up today on relationship God's way, talking about another one of those toxic relationships to avoid. Watch out for the time bandit, the time guzzler, aka time thief. They do a great job of stealing our time and distracting us and preventing us from accomplishing the assignment that God has given us. All right, guys, be blessed. Have a great day. See you same time next week.